about this feeling, baby, we're invincible.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Notts County. As always, if you're enjoying the series, drop a like on the video, that'd be most appreciated. Today, I thought we'd start on old Ron Coates on the right-hand side. Now, he is injury prone, as you can see, or fairly susceptible. So not quite red on the injuries, but orange. And I think that's kind of bore itself out with his career so far, in that he's already had a broken foot, and I think he had another quite serious injury. If we can actually find out, I think we can here, yes. So it wasn't that bad. It was only the pulled knee ligament. So it was actually only 2 weeks in him, but it was that broken foot that's really knocked him back a little bit. But he does seem to be quite in the market for injuries over a very short period of time, which is a big shame because he's a very good player, or he certainly has the potential to be with that wonderful dribbling, but it's his crossing that's so poor. I mean, we are retraining him slightly to be a striker, I think, but I still think that he might still be better on that role. It's just the crossing. It is just the crossing. I don't know. I'm really not sure what we should do with Ron Coates, but he's up to £38,000 in value right now. So it's nice to see that at least he's holding some value and still hopefully improving it. He's he dipped a bit and he's come back up again. So hopefully we can see a nice steady upward trajectory for him. He's got 8 goals and 4 assists as well in our non-competitive matches, so for the under 23s and under 19 or under 18s rather, which is actually very, very solid. The 5.21 dribbles per game is exceptional. So he's definitely banging goals in for the younger sides, and that's good to see, quite frankly, because it makes me think that maybe he actually can be that striker for us. Love a rebuilding series when every year Matt says, I'd take mid-table, and then proceeds to romp to promotion. Yeah, it really do be like that sometimes, don't it? Which is why I want to talk to you about something, because I know that, for example, with Stockport, we did, in fact, did we do 4 consecutive promotions? Because we went to Vanarama, then we went to League 2, then we went to League 1, and we went straight to the Championship after that, didn't we? Then we got stuck for a year in the Championship. And I think with Wimbledon, we actually did back-to-back with Wimbledon. We went straight to the Premier League. Admittedly, we were very fortunate to do that by the playoffs in the final season there. But it does seem to be something that we seem to just get happening with these kind of saves. With Polonia, I think we went to 4 straight promotions to the top flight. Admittedly, the skill gap was kind of slow there. But I feel like I wish there was just a little bit more challenge in that sort of stuff. So here's what I'm proposing. A couple of little extra caveats I'm going to maybe put on myself just to make things a little bit more difficult and also just make it more fun and force me into slightly different avenues. So these are just ideas. So feel free to say, nah, just stick to what you're doing. That's fine. But I might do it anyway, just because I want to be having a good time as well. And I am, believe me. But, I just want to make it as complicated as I can, essentially. So one thing I might do is, after this season, say no more loan signings whatsoever. I would either have to sign the players we've got on loan, or they would never be able to come back, so O'Reilly, Dehaney, etc., etc. And have to rely on our actual squad players, which would stop us from just getting overpowered loan signings from the big clubs. Because sometimes I find that you do that way easier than the other sides. The other thing I would be potential to put in is a only regens signing rule, which means that I wouldn't be able to pick up these released players from the Premier League clubs like Robbie Burton and those, because they seem to be so easy to pick up, and we'd actually have to do the scouting, find the regens and whatnot, which, given the fact that we've got such a difficult Brexit situation, might make it even harder, because we'd only really be able to look at the moment in the UK and Ireland, and there's a lot of difficulty with doing that currently, and it'll be very difficult for us moving forward. So that's something I might potentially be willing to put in, just so that it makes us a little bit more, I don't know, but just makes the team a little bit more interesting at that point. Now, if SI were to come out with an update that completely changed all the balancing of the stuff, then I would be tempted, of course, to turn some of the stuff like the loan signings one potentially off, just so that we don't get absolutely overrun. But for now, I'd be quite tempted to do that starting from next season, frankly, because I think it'd be quite fun just to try something a little bit different with the rules for a save like this, and really try and grow these young British players, which would be quite fun. A lot of you seem to appreciate the transfer outfit and the wonderful, very long hat. So yeah, huge fan of that. I'm going to have to convince a friend to throw some kind of fancy dress party soon, just so I have an excuse to wear it and some kind of explanation as to why I have it. Anyway, we've had some games off camera, quite a large chunk of them in fact, so we're going to get into those now, and then we've got our lovely live com today. It's going to be a fun one. So, our excellent little run actually came to an end at home to Doncaster, but one man who really has been stepping up for us lately is Ian Saunders. Another goal for him today. I've been preferring him over Baldwin just because he's younger and I want to see if he can actually do it for us, and he's been putting the goals in. Not just scoring goals, but he's also been getting assists too. Booty was again fantastic in this one, an assist, 4 key passes, and obviously the chances created. We still look excellent. We haven't scored a single goal from a corner in this episode whatsoever, and there's been plenty of goals being scored. So it's weird. It's like we're just We're scoring them from open play now. It's strange. Obviously, didn't win this one, though, because Tom Nichols equalised for him. And, in fact, won man of the match as a result of it. But then we popped up big against Coventry. Really, really strong performance in this one from virtually the entire side, in all honesty. Took us a little while, but eventually Tyrese Campbell has been stunning this month. We're really starting to see out of him now what I wanted, the sort of too easy kind of factor. And that is what he's displaying this time. And then, of course, Orne Hegerberg came off the bench, scored a penalty in the 90th minute, and then he got put through and scored another one in the 93rd minute. His first goal, I think, from open play for the lad. So, yeah, really strong performance from him as a super sub. He's so good off the bench, and Duhaney, of course, was excellent as well. But then, as you can see, the good times just kept rolling. Away at Portsmouth, admittedly a poorer side in the league at the moment. They're not having a great year. But once again, Ian Saunders and Matt O'Reilly absolutely tore it up in this game. First, Matt O'Reilly assisted Ian Saunders for a goal, and then Ian Saunders assisted Matt O'Reilly for a goal within about 2 minutes of each other. And Saunders won man of the match this time. So you can see he really is starting to form a proper bedrock part of this team now, and is getting goals and assists. He's contributing, putting up big numbers, while Niall McPhee still isn't really ripping up any trees currently. But another win and another clean sheet. That actually earned Saunders a new contract, because his agent came to me and was like, come on now. But all good things must come to an end, and it did at home against Mansfield Town. Charlie White scored a goal from an indirect free kick, not a huge surprise there, and we weren't really able to come up with much after that. Booty was still solid in the midfield, but just couldn't do a great deal. Duhaney, again, was phenomenal. If we could sign Duhaney permanently, I would be ecstatic with that, and I'd be happy to drop some big money on him if we absolutely had to, because I think he's a sensational right back, and Huddersfield have been turning out some good players for us lately in these saves. But then it was straight back to winning ways away at very much struggling Burton Albion. Tyrese Campbell with the goal, and then another goal for Ian Saunders. You see what I mean? He really is starting to find more and more. Brandon Fleming, again, really good performance from him. He has been much, much better this year, and I don't know what's changed. It might just be the personnel in front of him, but I must show you the Tyrese Campbell goal, because this is a goddamn masterpiece. Now, you might look at that and go, oh my God, you score from a corner. Sort of. Second phase, so I'll take that. Burton weren't too bad, but we kept so much of the ball that it's made all the difference. But watch what Campbell does here. Booty whips one across. His initial shot is well saved on the bar, and then, oh yes, he's bringing it, and he actually flips sides. I mean, what I can say here is we've actually seen an evolution of the dropkick McPhee dance, and Tyrese Campbell is bringing it forward. I mean, I guess it stands to reason he's probably he's clearly a better dancer than Niall McPhee at this point. So there you go. Tyrese Campbell putting in his own entry for the dance-off at the end of the season. That is going to be a fascinating one. Throwing in that secondary flip. I don't know. What do you think, guys? I'm giving him a 9. Then we had an interesting match in the stupid trophy no one cares about. I played a relatively strong side in this one because we are actually supposed to get through to the second round. Baldwin picked up a knock in this game, quite a serious one, I think it was anyway, so that was frustrating. But Brandon Fleming scored, and then 2 goals for Niall McPhee. He finally stepped up and put in a solid performance, albeit against Wolves under-23s, who were garbage, by the way. It was also interesting to see Orne Hegerberg actually playing essentially against his parent club, because he is on loan from Wolves and presumably would have been in their under-23s had he still been there. But yeah, it didn't really do a great deal for us in this game, which is a bit of a shame. But a 3-0 victory in the stupid trophy no one cares about is always nice. And last but not least, a 3-0 victory away at struggling Southend. Like, admittedly, Burton, Southend, Portsmouth, these have all been sides right down towards the bottom. But the point is we're getting the victories and not conceding goals. And this was an absolutely sensational performance from Tyrese Campbell. He scores a hat-trick. It's amazing. He has been in sensational form. And also, the penalty he missed, it wasn't one that he went and put in the rebound. He should have had 4 goals in this match. Regan Booty was amazing. Key passes for days. Ian Saunders provided 1 assist. Niall McPhee provided the other. Booty's putting sensational balls through for Campbell, and we're getting great interaction and link-up play from both Saunders and McPhee on the wings now with Tyrese Campbell. There is a sensational sort of togetherness about the group, and they really just seem to be firing on all cylinders now. 3-0 away at Southend United. We're conceding virtually no goals. Unfortunately, Luke McGee has picked up a sports hernia in training and is going to miss 5 weeks. I say Luke McGee, but it could also be, well, Luke McGee, no relation to Tits McGee, it could be, or it could also be his brother Jack McGee, who for some reason I keep naming him Jack McGee when it's clearly not his name. So apologies, Luke, it's Luke McGee. And to the surprise of no one, that does leave us top of the league right now. Now, Coventry, if they win their game, would go on to 31 points, so we'd only be 4 points clear. And Fleetwood are still a really solid side, but we're just pulling away again at the moment. Booty's the top average rater in the league. Tyrese Campbell's now got 12 goals this season. I think, at first I was a little unsure of him, but it's impossible to ignore the fact that he has now scored 12 times for us. Also, Ashley Hunter had got 7 goals for Fleetwood, I think, in the first 5 matches, and he appears to have not scored a single goal for them in the past 10. Is he injured? Ah, okay, yes. So he's actually been out for most of the last 5 weeks. So that might explain why Fleetwood haven't quite been as good as they were in those first few matches, because their main striker literally has missed the last month and a half. So that's a shame for them, but we are doing excellently at the moment. But it is really weird that, like, we stopped scoring any goals from set pieces now, but we're still scoring extremely good goals from open play and looking tremendous at the back. You can see Luke McGee's got 10 clean sheets out of 15 matches so far this year. We've got the best defence in the league, which is something we haven't really had in this save so far. And I think he's partly responsible for that, which is why I'm a little bit concerned about the fact that Arthur Okonkwo is probably going to be in goal for today's match against Sunderland, who are really firing themselves up the league now, are already up into 6th place, but could actually go up as high as 3rd if they win their game in hand. So this, I think, they'll be one of the main rivals for us this year. It's interesting to find ourselves in this position, of course, but we're going to make the best of it and see what these youngsters can come up with. So, as you can see, we're missing a few people. Baldwin's out, McGee's out, McCrory obviously out as well, not a huge issue. It's Yap Stam's Sunderland, so interesting. So, yeah, I still feel like it's probably going to be older Conquers. My disdain for him and his performances last year suggests to me that Stephen Lennon should be the man, because he's been getting call-ups for the under-21s of the Northern Irish national team. So I think there's obviously something there that their manager sees. So I'm going to give Stephen Lennon the chance to go in goal for us today. I feel like he deserves it. At the back is Ankanola back. Yeah, he was out suspended briefly, so that's fine. Hughes, I hope Matt O'Reilly's available again as well now. But we want a really, really strong bench this time, so we're going to pick without restriction. We'll have Culverwell, Oliver, Burton, Hegebert, Brindley, Hamblin, and of course Millen Bars. There's Sean Maguire, Luca Della Torre of Fulham fame, or lack of fame, in fact. Play him, Scott, please. Also, can we talk about Ezra Hugenboom? That's an absolutely... That is a wonderful name. Hugenboom. Okay, then. It's nice to see that we're getting a few regens in. Particularly both of our wing spots are already occupied pretty much as first choice by regens. Superb stuff. Honestly, my dream team would be all regens and Regan Booty in the middle. One day, that's going to be a lineup. Mark my words, and it's going to be a beautiful day. It'll be a national holiday. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had to sort out the older 2D, 3D situation. There we go. So, Niall McPhee, I've not been super impressed with him this season. He's done some things sometimes, but not enough for my liking. Saunders has scored more goals and contributed more stuff than McPhee, I think. And that's saying something because he would have played less. So definitely needs some stepping up from Niall McPhee, considering how well he played at the end of last season. Looking to see what Stephen Lennon can do in goal for us today. Can he meet this? Oh, what a ball. His distribution is certainly up there with McGee's, who I've been... Oh, hello, Niall. There we go. Regan Booty on a massive goal-scoring streak this season as well. He's through again. Well, then. Regan Booty scores his 6th goal of the year, and we have a 1-0 lead over Sunderland. He's bundled his way through the defence, and now he's scored 6 times this season. He seems to have got better, despite being in League One. He's... Oh, dear. You know he's getting cocky when he's playing 1-2s off of Sunderland defenders, and now he can finish as well. He scored one like that against Charlton this year. Brilliant stuff. Maguire. This is where these teams tend to be good against us. Corrales, he's gone quite wide. And it's a great save from Stephen Lennon. Virtually nothing is happening in this game so far. And Lynch! Good save by Lennon. Oh, God, not another one before half-time. We're conceding a lot of corners, which concerns me because of, like... And he's there again. Scunthorpe getting the lead against Coventry as well. I would say we are very fortunate to be 1-0 up in this match. The only thing we've done so far is that Regan Booty goal. He's single-handedly put us in front. Stephen Lennon's made a couple of solid saves, and the rest at Sunderland have been quite wasteful. I think they've been the better side so far, and I think we might struggle to hang on to this one. Here we go again. A corner. I would like to see a score 1 like this, I would say. Saunders does really well. Back for Booty. All the way across for O'Reilly. And it's a great save from a good save from McLaughlin there. Okay, we've stepped on the foot a little bit in the second half. Stepped on the foot. It's been such a scrappy, tight game, and I still think Sunderland have had the better of it. And Connolly's header goes over the crossbar this time. Right, subs needed. Cleared. Corrales! And Lennon gets it over the crossbar. He is putting on a show today, because that's what it feels like right now. We've really created very little other than Regan Booty's 2nd-minute goal. Ridden our luck a little bit at times, and Stephen Lennon's had to bail us out. And fair play to the guy. O'Shea needs to be solid with this. That's a really poor first touch. Corrales is through, and Stephen Lennon has saved it. Corrales, oh my goodness me. Man of the match, Stephen Lennon, anybody? Because we have absolutely mugged Sunderland off here. If we hang on here, this would be a royal mugging gooch. Flanagan, off the crossbar, and Connolly puts it... I mean, I cannot, in good faith, say that they don't deserve an equaliser there. We've not been very good, to be honest. We had one shot. I mean, it's a shame that we've not been able to hang on, because... No, he doesn't even save that. And to be fair, they very nearly managed to keep that out, but in the end, it's fallen to Callum Connolly, and it is 1-1 here, and can't really argue. Honestly, I think Sunderland will be gutted not to win this, although they might still. Embleton thrashes it at goal, but it's a goal kick. Just get out of here with a point now, lads, eh? And there we go. Notts County 1, Sunderland 1. Not a single complaint about conceding that late goal. It's frustrating the way it happened because we nearly cleared our lines there, but they deserved that. That being said, it sucks that we couldn't hang on. Just for Stephen Lennon, I feel like he deserved the result from his absolute heroics in that one, but we didn't deserve anything. That's probably the worst I've seen us play for quite some time, actually. but it is always gutting to concede a late goal like that, just particularly as Fleetwood went and scored a late goal like that, level on points with us at the top of the league. We are now, of course, Sunderland still could go back into second spot, but actually it's Coventry City that could come much closer if they win their game. Yeah, that's the worst I've seen us play for quite some time, to be honest. But come on, we can hardly complain. We're still sitting top of League One and have got 36 points on the board right now, so I'm perfectly happy with that, quite frankly, and long may it continue. We still haven't lost the game. We still managed to get a draw in that game, and that's huge. That's a bit too much. That would be like, what, 7, 8 games off camera? Could be more than that, actually. Maybe we'll come back and do FA Cup first round against somebody, and then Accrington Stanley. No, that's the FA Trophy. We might do it anyway, just to see. Although maybe Bolton away would be more fun than doing the FA Trophy game in there. Maybe we'll just mix things up a little bit, because nobody cares about this trophy, do they? Anyway, so that's going to be in the next episode. We've only lost 2... I mean, okay, we've lost some cup games too, which is frustrating. But to be fair, I played a weakened team against Grimsby. So, if you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, drop a like on the video. That'd be awesome. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. That would be awesome as well. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. I feel like if we had Luke McGee in goal, maybe we'd have got away with that. But to be honest, Stephen Lennon was superb. And long may it continue. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.